Comments and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
As a small biz pro, so we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, so we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan?
Good afternoon and welcome to the Business Zone with Crystal, Gilbert,
and Don.
Gilbert is on his way in. He's out in Pomona, so you guys know how how traffic is in Los Angeles. It's kind of intense. Aren't you happy that you're closer? I like maneuvering where I'm 15 minutes apart.
Yes.
15 minutes apart from everything and everybody. I don't like those long commutes. That's just not me. Hey, Candace. Hey, Sean. Hey, Cassandra. How are you all? How are you? It is February 15th.
Wow, we're halfway through.
3 weeks in. I hope everyone had a wonderful Valentine's Day yesterday. I saw some people. Candace, I saw you on Facebook, so it looked like you had a good time. Me and Don, we partied last night.
Yes, we celebrated ourselves. We loved ourselves last night. We had chocolate and apple cider, and we danced our little hearts out.
Right.
Tried not to cry.
So we were just doing the thing, dancing, Zumba. We have some other ladies with
out, and we're doing Zumba.
Yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time, though.
Yes, we did.
I would not have asked for it to be spent any differently myself. I was cool with it. So I hope you guys had a good time as well. Let's see. Today, we're still doing, Candace says she had a really nice time. She got all kinds of hearts and all kinds of stuff. I'm glad you had a wonderful time.
It looked like she had a date. Well, she's married.
She's married.
So she had yes, she had a great time. You were supposed to.
Yeah, she's supposed to.
Congratulations, ladies who had dates last night. And congratulations to those who found out some more exciting things about themselves last night.
Right, exactly. Loving on yourself.
Yes.
That's what we were doing.
We have to talk about it. That's a whole show.
That's a whole show, which actually is an important show. Mm-hmm. In fact, on Wednesday, I think it was, because I didn't get to go to burlesque. It was right after the digital marketing class. Mm-hmm. No, she said she wasn't. Her husband had to work. Oh, okay. Well, you were like us.
No, she still wasn't like us because she still had to. She could celebrate the fact that she had a husband.
Oh, okay. All right. That's true.
Don't try to be like us. Stay in your own lane, Candace. Just as he was at work. You can still celebrate the fact that you have a husband.
There you go. There you go.
She gave you some hearts. That's too cute.
Yeah. So, she's laughing. So I went to a documentary on Wednesday about Dr. Pat. It was a whole thing on relationships and marriage. So this guy was doing a whole documentary. Some interesting concepts. They interviewed some 6 or 7 women. They actually talked about where marriage came about and how it came about and how we select and how men select women.
Oh, hold on now. So give me some highlights on how we supposed to select. Make sure I'm not doing this thing wrong.
So he doesn't. His is completely visual.
Visual.
Yeah. So he looks for women that have kind eyes.
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
Let me check and see your eyes kind. Small waist.
Oh, we mean you got a small waist. You know why you got a small waist? Because your glutes and your boobs stick out further than your waist. We're still good. What else? We're still good.
So because he's looking for that nice curvy woman.
Yes, that would be me. Small curves, but curves. I like this.
And so that's really all he's looking for.
That's it?
That's it.
Where is he? I need to just walk by him, cover something.
Right, exactly.
Where you at, Crystal?
We, on the other hand, we're looking for some more stuff.
That's all he's looking for.
That's all he's looking for. And it's all wired into our DNA because, initially the way God intended was we were marrying to procreate, right? So
one of the reasons why we're married.
He's looking for an asymmetric face because they're actually, without them even knowing it, they're looking about the offspring, their offspring.
They're looking for what their offspring is going to look like?
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
But
because there's some people who would not be married.
Well,
if they were to be thinking of what kind of mix would we make?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was my problem.
Right?
Like,
no, not that head.
And then
that head and this head, no.
And that's what women do.
That's a disaster. Oh, that's what we do.
We look at what would our children look like, and we're comparing our parts and our DNA with their parts.
I don't know if that's true because I didn't do that. The man I fell in love with, I didn't do that. I took a double take because he wasn't really visually. He was not really that attractive. But when he opened his mouth and started talking to me, I just melted.
Well, and that's the other thing. So we're listening. We're listening for a man.
Charming.
Yeah, he's charming, and he's saying
when they're charming, you like everything about them, even their feet.
Yes, exactly. So that's
So be charming, guys.
Yeah.
Be charming.
So that was some of the things.
Have charm.
But I did learn that marriage is not a mammal institution, that even animals, the only animals that mate for life are birds.
Okay.
But then they found out that some of them don't. But
you
penguins.
just learned this? That animals ain't in the sea mating for life?
Yeah, so they
Crystal.
I didn't just learn that.
Okay.
That was in the documentary.
As smart as you are.
Yeah, in the and that we're really not set up for a monogamy.
Who's not?
That's what it says. It says that we were not meant to be mated for
life. Girl, we were meant to be until sin entered into the world. Don't get me preaching the gospel here. When sin entered the world, then everything just went haywire. We were meant to be one. With one man, one woman for life.
I'm just telling
you. And
you.
then Eve wouldn't just act like she had no sense whatsoever.
Well, that's
and messed it up. And I've been single ever since. But
I did hear at the very end, after it was all summarized, and they talked to all the different couples, and all the couples had different experiences, from older to younger, to some that had multiple spouses and all kinds of crazy stuff. But at the end, everybody's looking for someone that they can share their life with.
You're not lying.
Yeah. So.
I was at McDonald's earlier today trying to say, I'm sorry. I'm usually in Beverly Hills looking for somebody. That's not working. So I just said, let me just stop being so picky. And
let me just go open up
normal folks go. Let me just
open up my mind and my horizons.
To go to McDonald's.
See what we got there, huh?
See what happened.
So that was one of the
Maybe
things.
I might find some luck around Burger King or, Big Macs.
Big Mac. Maybe you might really want to hang out at a little upper scale fast food place. Maybe Burger King, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr. They got a $6 burger. So you might want to hang out.
Maybe I'm being too picky.
$6 burger. Right, exactly. So that was what I did. And then I saw another great documentary I told you about. The Boss, the Black Experience in Business. Just awesome. It's all over at the Pan-African Film Fest. And then I also participated in went through and bought some earrings from the Pan-African Mall, African Mall there. So I supported and recycled my dollars with people that look like me.
That's awesome, Crystal, because that's what you're supposed to do as one of the founders of, but as one of the directors of Recycle Black Dollars. If I catch you spending money anywhere else, I'm going to blast you on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
No, I did my shopping there, some earrings, and I took my sister. She had never actually been to the Pan-African Film Fest. So she was enjoying. So we're going to go back over there Saturday. A couple of my clients are over there, a couple of individuals that are in the digital marketing class, and so I'm going to support them. They had their art on display over there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So how was your week?
Well, my week was good. My week was actually great. Well, I danced my little heart out last night, trying to not think about the fact that it was Valentine's Day, but at the same time celebrate my love for myself. So that's what happened yesterday.
Okay, all right.
And that was what, Thursday?
That was Thursday.
I just been working hard all week.
Yeah.
Just working hard, creating my stuff, so that I could spend more time with you.
Oh, well, that's cool. That's cool.
And get here a little early.
Yeah. I know, huh? I've had a busy week because taking in all the regular stuff that I do and then adding on the Black History stuff, I've been out probably every evening, which is normally not the case. Usually I'm out at my workout classes and I haven't even been able to get them because everything's been in bed.
So much to do. I had to just start saying no to some things so I can get what I have on my plate finished. So I can't hang out with you all the time, Crystal. I had to say no to some. Yeah, because I get behind.
Yeah.
I need to finish this because there's a whole lot of money waiting for me when this is done.
You gotta focus in and
I can't be everywhere. And then I'm speaking coming up.
So when are you speaking?
My date was pushed back because of we're waiting on a couple of phone calls, so I'm speaking next weekend.
Oh, okay.
So I'm getting ready for that. And that's a whole lot.
Okay.
Itself,
I spoke this past Saturday with the coalition.
I heard you were awesome.
Yes, it was really nice. Great women, the coalition of 100 Black women, amazing organization, and I'm looking forward to our Bella Network doing some collaborative stuff with them. Those ladies are just on point. So that'll be really, really good. And I just everybody was just so nice, and so that was really cool. And then tomorrow I speak at Jefferson High, or as my co-director or friends say, Jeff High, to some young kids about entrepreneurship. So
that's the one that I'm going to, right?
That's the one you're going to.
What time does that start?
That we have.
Because I have to start getting dressed at like 6 in the morning.
Well, you can dress because these are kids. So we have to be there by no later than 12.
Oh, awesome.
I'll
so
send
I can go
you
to
the
church.
address.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll send you the address for that. So that should be pretty cool. And we want to do some stuff for kids anyway, so we can. That'll be a great time to establish some relationships over there. Because that'll be the kind of kids that needs to be exposed to
Crystal, you can't be on the air telling everybody all the stuff that we're doing until we start to do it. You kind of let the cat out of the bag every time.
I do.
I'm going to have to prep you before the show.
Oh, okay.
What to say and what not to say.
Well, I got a biz camp coming up, so
we have a biz camp. Why is it always about you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We have a biz camp coming up in June. So
it's terrible.
June
She
and
treats
July.
me so bad.
So here's the being it's Black History Month. I went and did my Black History research for today's show.
That's what you do.
And that's what I do, right? So here are, we're not going to read all 30 of them, but there are 30 reasons to thank Black people for the inventions and innovations that they have brought to America. So some of them are quite surprising. The first one up on the list is the automatic gear shift. So we all use that every single day when we're driving our vehicle.
Yes, thank the Lord, because the shift stick is when I first learned how to drive. I took my driver's license in a shift stick car. And as much as I loved it, I have to tell you, I wouldn't be able to do some of the things I do today. We can't text and drive.
No, you can't text and drive.
Some of the pleasures of life that we do, we can't.
But let me ask you, I actually prefer the manual. Because it gave me more control of the car, and I felt I was really driving.
Oh, yeah. Control is what you don't need, Crystal.
Yeah, so that was, I loved it.
But yeah, I like driving the stick shift.
Yeah, and I had a truck that was a stick shift. Yeah, I actually went out and looked for it.
Really?
So the guy that invented the stick shift, his name was Richard Spikes, and he did that in 1932.
Awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Awesome.
2 is America's first clock. So we should always be on time, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And that was Benjamin Banneker. I didn't know that. I knew about him. Yeah. He was a farmer, mathematician, astronomer, land surveyor, and the subject of a Stevie Wonder song. Number 3 on the is the automatic elevator doors. So we couldn't even get in and out of buildings and get up to next floors if it had not been for us.
Elevator doors. So who invented? So they didn't invent the elevator. They invented the elevator
doors. So his name was Alexander Miles.
So what was the doors like? Oh, probably the gate.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
And they remember they had to pull it.
Yes.
Right.
So thank Black people for the doors.
Right. Now, how about
Very important.
Very important, so that you don't have to pull it. Then they had to have elevator people.
Yes. Yeah, and then they used to do like this.
Right, exactly. So we modernized the elevator doors.
We are so cool. We do all the cool stuff. We created doors. You didn't know that.
And
Gilbert.
Hey, Gilbert, welcome. And the Blimp.
The Blimp.
So that was John Pickering. He was the first blimp to have an electric motor and had directional controls, and Goodyear better have this man's picture in their lobby.
Wow.
So I don't know if they do, and I never ever heard. Have you ever heard that?
No, didn't hear.
So the blimp. Yep. So number 5 is the blood bank. So now this one I did know. Yeah, Dr. Charles Drew.
That's right, Charles Drew.
Yeah, he was the first black man to the method of separating and storing plasma.
Wow.
So that's pretty awesome.
We are so smart.
And that's Dr. Drew. Charles Drew Hospital is named after him. Now look at this one.
Are you serious?
The clothes dryer. So the clothes dryer was in 1892, George Sampson.
Did they say why they invented those things?
Giving longevity. Well, I would assume anything to do
Because
with
we were sick of doing other people's clothes, right?
Right. So I would say, anything to do.
I can see that being created by a black
We're
person.
sick of doing other people's laundry.
Anything that had anything to do with household goods or household supplies,
Anything
we
to do with
created.
domestic work, we invented.
We did that.
So the dustpan.
Yes.
That was Lloyd
I'm not
Ray.
surprised.
Electric lamp.
Come on,
Folding
black
chairs.
people. Folding chairs.
Gas
heating
heaters.
furnace, because we had to go out to get the wood, right?
And just so our audience
It's not
know,
funny.
all of this is going to be on our website, so you can tap
Right.
in and see it.
So yeah, anything to do with making, and that's what business is about, right?
Oh, yeah.
What do you always say? Why do you start a business?
You want to make sure that you take the shortest distance between two spaces.
Right, and if it can solve a pain
Yep.
or an unmet need,
Yep.
that is the definition
it.
of what entrepreneurs do.
Entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
So
exactly.
all of these are that.
Definitely pain.
Yeah.
The gas mask, Garret Morgan, he started, this was started when he rescued a trapped miner wearing a hood to protect his eyes from smoke and had tubes leading to the
Because see,
floor.
another reason why that was created, that mask right there, they used to use us as guinea pigs, right?
Yeah.
They sent us in those mines. You see how now they're using the canary, the bird?
Yeah.
They used to send us in there to
Yeah.
find out if the air was okay or not.
Right, exactly.
So my brother here decided, hey, I'm not going to die
Right, so I'm
like
gonna
the people before me.
I'm creating the gas mask. Now, Trump should really love us because this one was created, the golf tee, by Dr. George Grant. He was an avid golfer, but not a great one. Hopefully, his patent improved his game. The home security system, we spoke on her last week. Her name is Maria Van Brittan Brown, and television has been part of a home security system. So I read about her last week. She actually is a nurse, or was a nurse, and her home was broken into. So she wanted to be able to check her home when she wasn't there. So ADP and any other security system, this is her pattern.
And they
Go
keep
back to
breaking
this one
into
for a
her
second.
house multiple
one?
times, so she wanted to know who it was.
The fact that they said he wasn't a great golfer, right? He was an avid golfer, but he wasn't a great one.
Right.
Doesn't mean that you have to be an expert in the sport to see a need
Yeah.
and actually create something that change your
changes-
life
right.
in the industry.
Right.
So that's kind of
And maybe he wasn't great because he couldn't get it off. It needed to be elevated,
Yeah.
so he
so
saw
he realized what he
Exactly.
needed.
what he needed. The ice cream scooper.
Wow.
And that was invented in 1897 by Alfred L. Crawley. The ironing board, and I'm sure the iron, Sarah Boone, and I'm sure it was the iron because the Blackfoots, remember the metal black, and then
Back
you put
in
it
the
on
day, we used to use those one where you just open it, you put coal in it, you light the coal, get it started.
Oh, I've
and
never
you
heard
cover-
of that
you never
one.
Heard? That was
wow.
way back. I was way back.
Really?
So you put the coal in the thing, you light it, and there's steam coming out, and you're ironing with that.
Oh, I only knew about my grandmother had the metal one.
Yeah.
And which was created or designed by a blacksmith.
Yeah.
And then you would put it on the heater.
Yeah.
And then it would get hot, and then you would rub it on.
This
the
one was made out of cast iron.
Yeah, cast iron.
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. So that was that. So her name, the iron board was Sarah Boone. The lawnmower. And this is by John Albert Burr.
Wow.
And he created that.
See, you notice most of these came into being to alleviate manual labor, because
Right.
the manual labor is being done by us.
Right.
You see
Exactly.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly. Lawn sprinklers.
Yeah.
Joseph A. Smith. But they don't give us the recognition
behind it.
from all of that.
No, they're
right?
not going to.
No, not at all.
Right.
Not any of it.
The mailbox.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Philip Downing. Before this invention, people had to make long trips
To the post office. Black people.
And who
Tell
did?
the truth. Black people had to make the long trip.
And you see who benefits from it now?
Yes.
The federal government. Because
Right.
now it's a federal crime to touch any of those.
Right, exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
So we should definitely have reparations.
We should.
Okay.
I
For
want
all
my
of
40
this.
acres and a mule.
Modern lock.
Right.
That was Washington Martin. His patent improved on the 4,000-year-old Chinese boat. So he actually improved on something. The toilet.
I'm not surprised.
The flush one.
This guy Thomas
Did they
Aikens.
put a story behind it? Because I want to hear this. I think the story would be good.
Let's see. He influenced several major patents, but this one we appreciate most, not to knock the multi-table or the refrigerator or for dead bodies. I will research more on him. I had never heard that. No. The mop. Yeah, I tell you, anything that was domestic.
Manual labor, I'm telling you.
Pacemaker.
Yeah.
We talked about him last week, and there's more details. The portable pencil sharper. Probably a teacher did
I remember
that.
those.
Yeah.
You remember those?
Yes.
Yeah. A carpenter clever with names for his invention, calling this one the Love Sharpener. His name was John Lee Love. Potato chips. George Crumb. You have to love his last name is Crumb. So Crumb. Reversible baby strollers, again, domestics. This guy was William Richardson. He also, the reason wheels move separately, we feel certain there were fewer crying babies in the world because of this man.
Right.
And then this one we
You
talked
heard
about.
that story, right?
Yeah, we know about the
talked
Super
about
Soaker.
this. Wow.
Yeah.
What's the story behind the Super Soaker?
You know, he's an engineer, and this one actually... Didn't he have to sue or fight for his patent?
money.
So what happened? Why did he come up with the Super Soaker?
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, just a toy for kids. I don't know why.
Toy, but he had other patents. We talked about him as well.
Because since most of these came out of simplification.
Let's see why. Because I actually have him on another thread down here.
We're almost at 30, huh?
Yeah, we're almost suspenders. That is. They don't even say who that is. Thermostat and temperature control, Frederick Jones. The touch telephone is by a woman, Dr. Shirley Ann Johnson.
Awesome.
And
the traffic light? Are you serious?
traffic
Yes,
light.
You didn't know that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Garret Morgan. So now let me give you some history on Mr. Lonnie, because that's who you want to know about why he did that, right? So Lonnie with the Super Soakers.
Yeah.
This was the story.
Because there has to be something. If I were coming up with that, is because there are people, pestering on my property, and I wanted to.
Well, basically it says Lonnie Johnson, the man that gave us the famous water gun, the Super Soaker, he wasn't a toy maker. He was actually an aerospace engineer for NASA with a resume boosting a stint with the U.S. Air Force, working on Galileo Jupiter probe and Mars Observer project, and more than 40 patents. Yes, he was also working on the Johnson ferroelectric energy converter, which converts heat directly into electricity, but it's the squirt gun he created that has given us all the joy. So maybe he just wanted to do something fun.
Yeah, but most of these guys, they don't create this for toy purposes. You see what I'm saying? It's usually because they want to simplify a manual labor process.
So we got to do a little bit more investigation on Lonnie.
I know what I would use it for, but...
okay, we'll find out why Lonnie he came up with that.
Yeah.
So
I guarantee he's trying to keep someone away from his property.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, because that's what I would use it for.
But
Put some bleach in it.
Too funny.
But those are our inventors.
That's great.
And 30 reasons why people should love black people.
Crystal, you're very innovative. Very, very innovative.
I mean, like
this is stuff we talk about all the time, but we never actually get to see it and know who created it.
Right.
And you found this.
I did.
This is phenomenal.
But here's the thing. My sister, there's a documentary on, and I don't know what channel because she watches all documentaries, so this may be a PBS, I'm not sure. But that's all she really watches. And she's been watching a show on regular blue-collar billionaires. And these individuals created things like the lawn sprinkler. They've created businesses out of trucking companies, regular stuff, blue-collar, like Warren Buffett kind of creation. Because Warren Buffett, there's a quote. He says, when you think about business, think about the thing that takes place every single day that a person has to use. So paper towel, napkins, paper
having
plate,
to do with eating,
because a silverware, because those are things that people are using every day, and they're going to replace over time.
And that's a good point you're bringing up, because a lot of our entrepreneurs, they go into business thinking they can create some seasonal stuff, and then it's going to be very successful. It's very rare that seasonal stuff really hits.
Or stuff that you want to think of things that people buy all the time, right? And they repeatedly buy because they have to have. Anything in the kitchen, you're going to repeatedly use, right?
Yeah, like a passport holder. You know, you're only going to need that, every 10 years?
Every 10 years, right. So we try to go into the extremes and things that are not used all the time. But the everyday basics, like today we have our guest, Dr. Davis, and cosmetology, hair. You got to use some product, some hair. You're going to get your hair. You do your hair every day. And women put on makeup every day.
That's right.
So you want to create businesses that somebody's doing something with every single day.
Right.
With that being said, we're at the bottom of the hour. So did you want to go ahead and take a break, Krista?
Yes, let's take a break and we'll bring up our first guest.
And for those of you who are listening, you're just tuning into the Business Zone. Our number here is 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375. You're listening to the Business Zone with
Krista,
Dawn,
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. Take a break.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.